You sleep beside a god, but wake beside a stranger. In your dreams, you still hear your father's voice. Remember, stillness is survival. And so you learn to smile, and not to breathe too deeply. At first, things don't change too much. Well, except the Emperor visits you less now. He tells you ruling is exhausting, that his time belongs to the state. You tell yourself that's true, that this is your contribution. So you accept and take on your role as Empress proper. You learn the rhythm of palace life. Endless petitions from attendants, reports from eunuchs, scrolls upon scrolls of household ledgers. You oversee the food stores, the linen accounts, the stipends of hundreds of palace women. You command entire regiments of eunuchs and handmaidens with a nod, a look, a flick of your sleeve. Your word decides what is served at the emperor's table, and whether a servant's mistake ends in dismissal or in blood. But soon, the cracks appear. You hear whispers that he is taking a concubine, then another. You tell yourself it is duty, not desire, that the empire needs heirs, not fidelity. You even help select the gifts, smile through the introductions, nod at the rituals. Then he takes more, one by one, their laughter spilling into corridors that were once yours. When a new concubine is chosen, it is you who ensures her entry follows proper order. Only you enter the forbidden city through the main gate. The rest come through the side, bowing as they pass your threshold. You receive them formally, smile as they kneel, and gift them silk, hairpins, and words of welcome. To the court, it is virtue. To you, it is surrender. One woman after another, folded into the same gilded cage. Still, you endure. You host the New Year rite. You discipline concubines who forget their place. Some are flogged, others demoted, their stipends cut in half. They learn to bow again. You continue your duties, even when the palace grows colder than marble. And when your daughter is born, you think it might change something, that perhaps love will return if it ever was present. But when a eunuch brings a written blessing instead of the emperor himself, you read it until the ink blurs from your tears. Then you rise, as always, and keep walking. Because the mother of the nation does not break, she endures. Years pass. You're 25 when you bear a son. This time, he comes in person. Just once. He holds the child, smiles. That rare sunlit smile you once lived for. Then leaves before the candle burns out. After that, nothing. No summons, no messages, only silence. The kind that hums in the walls of the harem, where women bloom, fade, and are forgotten in the span of a season. You are still the empress of all under heaven, but heaven no longer looks your way. But just when you thought things couldn't get worse, she arrives, like spring after a long winter, young, radiant, barely 20. Her robes outshine yours, and her laughter trails behind the emperor like perfume. Even the eunuchs bow deeper when she passes. The emperor calls her his solace. The court calls her his majesty's favorite. You call her danger. She isn't a new concubine, far from it. You've known her since she was 16 when she first arrived. You sent her silks, smiled at her greetings, even praised her embroidery when the other concubines looked on. But now, her shadow stretches across every corridor. You hear that she's behind most of the troubles that the harem is having. Poisoned wines, food, rumors, you name it. She's probably involved. You'd have punished her, but there's no evidence, and she has the emperor's favor. And somehow, you feel for her since it seems losing her daughter made her this way. So, you just watch. Then one morning, the bells ring. She has given birth to a son. The palace bursts into celebration. Drums, lanterns, endless congratulations. You smile too, because that is what the empress must do. But beneath your jeweled crown, your thoughts are already moving.